So if you're in Paris and you're interested in flea markets or picking, there's a whole bunch of options for you. But today, mainly, I wanted to show you these Brocantes. And they can be huge. They can stretch along entire streets like this. One, of course, being the huge flea market up in the north of Paris. Across Paris, these temporary flea markets, Brocantes, appear and disappear every week. Not occasionally, but continuously, moving from street to street, arrondissement to arrondissement. Every week, somewhere in Paris, a street is closed to traffic and turned into a market. Over a full year, the city hosts hundreds of these events, ranging from small neighborhood setups to large-scale Brocantes stretching over several blocks. Wow, lots of nice stuff here. They carry everything from low-value household clear-outs to genuine antiques. So when you see these markets announced, you distinguish between what's called a brocante, which is higher quality stuff, or more collector's items or design objects. And there's the vide-grenier, which literally means empty attic. So that's more just stuff that people have collected through the years that they're getting rid of. So that's much cheaper and much more like everyday objects. So if you're in Paris and you're interested in flea markets or picking in general, there's a whole bunch of options for you. One, of course, being the huge flea market up in the north of Paris, Porte de Vanves. Another one, of course, being the flea market at Porte de Vanves, which I've already made a video about. I'll put a link to that one in the description, so you can check it out. Very good market also. Many of the vendors are professional brocanteurs who move from one market to another following a weekly calendar. Others are locals clearing out their homes for the day. That mix is what keeps each market unpredictable. Even if some sellers reappear, the scale of the system prevents repetition. Different neighborhoods, different clientele, different objects entering circulation each week. But today, mainly, I wanted to show you these Brocantes, which are constantly moving around town. There's a list of what goes on each day. There's something always, and these vendors are pretty much the same vendors moving around. It's often very high quality stuff and very good prices occasionally. And they can be huge. They can stretch along entire streets like this. So there are easily 4 to about 8 of these Brocantes temporary street markets every weekend. And now, like in spring and beginning of summer, there is easily about 10 to 12 per weekend. So if you're here in Paris, you can, just in a weekend, hook up with several of them. I'm standing in the middle of the road. So you can really go visit a whole bunch of them each weekend without a problem. The system is highly organized. Each Brocante requires a permit from the city and is scheduled in advance. There are official calendars, both printed and online, listing dates, locations, and sizes of upcoming markets. Paris has a long tradition of second-hand trade, originally centered around the chiffonniers, rag and bone collectors, in the 19th century. The more structured, rotating street brocantes developed later, as the city began to regulate informal street selling and organize it into permitted events. Nothing here is fixed. By the following weekend, the market is gone, replaced by another somewhere else in Paris.